Hey there, family. It's me, your girl, Melissa D, your activation specialist, coming to you with my thoughts, ideas, and personal anecdotes about activating my purpose at work and in the world. And listen, I'm just jumping right out the gate into some transparent moments of leaving my job and launching into full-time entrepreneurship. Now, many of my podcasts will be some personal anecdotes infused with interviews of those who can relate to my stories and have many crazy stories of their own, and also making sure that we share helpful tips, really useful stuff for sales, marketing, and the challenges of entering the marketplace and how to overcome them. Now, check it out. Let me tell you what even prompted me to do this podcast. First, let's say I almost killed the podcast before it came to life. So I've been in media now for about a year and a half, and I host the Activation Hour radio show, which is an internet-based radio show. And I absolutely loved that environment of going live and engaging with my audience where I can see them and chat more. And I said, you know what? Podcasting may be another way for them to engage, and I dropped the ball because I love the idea. I recorded for a year and I didn't let you guys hear it. I was so in my head, and fast forward, that same notion of being in my head killed the activation of many ideas and dreams, and I felt like you guys could relate. That's why I named this episode Get in Your Business. I called it that because as we're monitoring and comparing and supporting and cheering for others and their business, how much attention have you paid to your own about the fundamentals and the mindset it takes to be successful in your business? So get in your business by getting your mindset in check. And I got my rights handed to me today. So let me tell you how it happened. I've been putting off my podcasts. I delayed reaching out to clients. I struggled with being very honest about the anguish of my first year of business because I hit every wall you can think of, from fear of rejection to tons of rejection, to failed ideas where I lost thousands of dollars, and imposter syndrome and depression. And I said, you know what? This entrepreneurship thing is literally the hardest thing I've ever done. Until I had my coach. Now, wait, let me pause there. You're like, wait, but Melissa, you're a coach. Every coach needs a coach because there's some area of our businesses that always needs someone to push us. So my area being overcoming a delayed launch. Okay. So yes, I do believe in perfecting your craft and fine-tuning things so that it's done with excellence. However, if an idea sits on your computer or in your brain or somewhere in your archives for more than a year, I would say, then that might be a problem. What's causing you to wait? Why are you not monetizing your ideas and your creativity? What's stopping you? My coach said to me, is it the no you're afraid of, or is it the yes? It was the yes. And I had to say it out of my mouth, out loud, to her, and be honest with myself. Shocking, I know. So I said, you know what? It does not serve me to not do these things. When I had enough faith to leave my job, I couldn't leave my faith at the day I left. I had to carry it with me every day in running my business. So the first thing is get in your business with your belief. That's number one. Number two, get in your business with all you've got. What do I mean by that? Some days you'll muster up more courage and energy than others, but I don't care what ounce of it that you have. You pour all of it into your business that day. I calculated the hours and I started using a timesheet app, if you will, called Harvest. And it was very shocking to me that where I thought I was using a lot of time to focus on growing my business, developing ideas, operations, projects, things of that nature, in comparison to the 80 hours a week, yes, I said 80 hours a week, I worked as a corporate executive and marketing director, I paled in comparison to the hours I put in for my own dream, simply out of frustration. Will you get in your business enough to execute even when you don't feel like it? So you have to believe, you have to push past your feelings too. So back to this coach that read me my rights and snatched my cute little business edges, and I had to hold on to them so that I could brace myself and get in alignment with my business. She said, "You know what, Melissa? You have a mindset problem." I said, "What do you mean?" And I had to be honest and say it out loud that I did not truly embrace that I'm worth every dollar. I had this situation that happened that really caused me to feel this way, and I was honest about it. I had a potential client that said to me one day, "Melissa, I'm insulted by your prices." Now, when the shock value wore off and I realized that I did not hit the floor, I knew right then that either A, I'm in front of the wrong people, or B, I'm in the wrong business. And honestly, it was more so the first option. The wrong people will never see value in what you offer, especially if they're not ready to do business with you. So get in your business by getting to the clients that are really your people. That's my other point. So I want you guys to take an assessment. Check out my website, theactivationhour.com, and I uploaded a checklist just for you, an assessment to see how well you're doing at getting in your business. So as my inaugural episode, I wanted to make sure that I encourage you to look at your business even when it hurts, when you're tired, on days you don't believe, and on moments when you know that it's time to launch. Now, I'm going to shift gears here and tell you why I didn't start this podcast a lot sooner. There are literally about 20 episodes, along with over 50 internet interviews I did on my radio show that I wanted to upload on my podcast. And at the time, I thought, well, everybody's doing it, and I don't want to be a bandwagon podcaster. Nobody wants to be a bandwagon anything. So I said, well, because I don't want to be a part of the pack, I'll just hold off on it until later. And I look up a year later, and literally 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 people that I know personally launched podcasts out of the blue this week. Blew my mind. So I had to ask myself, what made them believe big enough to launch in the very thing that I had been putting off for a year? And I said, no more. We all have different strengths, gifts, talents, and areas of expertise. So why not launch what I have to say too? After all, these same 4 people are not only friends, but clients who came to me for sales and marketing of their what? Podcasts. I know. I should have picked up on this a lot sooner, but I'm doing it now. And no matter how terrifying it is, I'm going to do it afraid. Now listen. I'm not willing to take this journey alone. I'm dragging you guys with me. So if there's any of you that want to go along for the ride and join in on the Activation Hour conversation, I want to chat with you. Click the link, check out the podcast notes, and contact me at melissa@theactivationhour.com. Let's get this conversation started so that we can activate the masses, help them do it afraid, and take our businesses to the next level in sales, marketing, and the marketplace. Catch you on episode 2. I promise this time I won't delay. See you guys later. Get activated.